Good morning, strangers out there in IT. My name is Jay. In this video, I'm gonna demonstrate how to set up a sample DHCP server on a router, on a Cisco router. My passion is IT, even though my career that I've done so far, I haven't been in IT. It's been something totally opposite of IT. But I went back and study. I recently got my CCNA right before the change to the new one now. I haven't, I don't have a job yet in IT. I've been working in my old job. I should be done soon, and then I'll start looking for an IT job. I really like the networking field. It is a great, satisfying feeling when you configure something and then you see it working, like a DHCP server or EIGRP, BGP or OSPF. You got those systems set up, you got those protocol working, and it's a good feeling. So I've been doing a lot labs so to keep stuff fresh in my head so I don't forget. Because this is it's a perishable skill. IT, we all know that, so we have to stay uh, labbing. So I try to do a lab or two a day as much as possible. So for this video, I'm just gonna set up a simple DHCP server. If this helps anyone out there, I'm glad. But I will be posting my labs, whatever lab that I'm working on. I'm gonna put it out there. I like everything IT. I may go in a little bit of programming and pen testing, and of course networking. I really like so. If I do any labs, I will put it out there and for anybody to just take a look at. Well, without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. So I have a 7200 router right here, Cisco. So I'm using GNS3. You could use Packet Tracer, but Cisco Packet Tracer is real good as well. But I really like GNS3. It's great software to use. So for this, I'm gonna go ahead and set up this. I got a router here. I'm gonna put a generic switch that came with GNS3, and also I got a. You can put your VMs here. You can put on VMware or you can put VirtualBox. I've been using VirtualBox. I just started to use VMware. They're both great, but right now I got this set up for VirtualBox. So we're gonna go ahead and attach our router to the switch, and we're gonna attach a switch to our computer. One thing with GNS, I noticed with GNS3, maybe I'm wrong. Like Cisco Packet Tracer, you can pick a crossover cable or straight through cable when you're doing your labs. But with GNS3, just click on this right here, and then it connects it for you. All right. First thing first, before we start working with GNS3, before we can get in the console and the CLI, we have to turn on all the machines, turn on the router. So just hit this button right here. So turn on. Let me go ahead and maximize the screen. I really love this stuff. It's amazing. So as you all know, with the DHCP server is where the computer will go to get an IP address automatically, you would say. So if you got a brand new computer with no you put on the network with no IP with no IP address, it will ask the DHCP server for an IP address so you can be part of the team. First thing first, we're gonna go into the router and start getting the console. Right click for GNS3. Just right click on the router and go to console. One thing with GNS3 I really enjoy is that GNS3 comes with the new GNS3 come with SolarWind Putty. Automatically, once you click on the console, you go straight to Putty. You can have 2, 3, 4 routers here, and they will just be here. You can just select which one you want. So I really like that with the GNS3 having Putty in there. Great combination. Okay, let's go ahead and start setting up our. One more thing with GNS3, it doesn't show you the interface right away. Let me show you. Usually it's like this, but if you want to see the interface, just click on this, and you'll see the interface right number right here, so you know which interface you are configuring. All right, let's go back to Putty. Um, I'm not gonna try to veer off anywhere, so I'm just gonna set up a basic DHCP server and have this computer down here receive an IP address. First thing first, let's check this computer to see if there's an IP address already installed. Okay, let's see if I made this password. All right, I'm in. This is a VM machine, Windows 7 VM virtual machine. Okay, right now there should not be an IP address set up on the computer. As you can see, it's looking for one, but it's not gonna find one because there is no DHCP server attached. And if you want to check the configuration, just right click here, go to change adapter for Windows 7, right click, properties. Because this computer was on a domain, because I'm doing a different labs, so he always ask me for the administrator password to configure it. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in a working environment. If you try to make any kind of configuration, you have to be that kind of configuration probably is an admin function, not for any regular user to just go in there and fix the IP address. Okay, it's not working. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, to check to see if your computer is set up for the SCP, just click on an IP version 4 properties. As you can see right here, I obtain an IP address automatically. Same thing with the DNS server is automatically. Okay, so that's good to go. So we know now if we set up a DHCP server, the computer would automatically ask for an IP address from the DHCP server. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and set up our DHCP server. The first command I always put type enable, en. You can type en or enable, but I don't think you have to. Conft, that's for configure terminal, but conft is the easiest thing for me to put, so I'll just type that. All right. For the DHCP, to set up a DHCP, you gotta type IP DHCP pool. Once you after pool, those three commands are like mandatory to put on there before you. And then after that, you gotta give it a name, which is mandatory as well. So just give your IP address, whatever your DHCP server, whatever name you wanna name it. Like let's say for instance, I'll say accounting. If I spell that correctly, enter. Next thing right now, as you can see, change to DHCP configuration. So you are configuring the DHCP server. So now put network is the next one. Network. I like to use 192.168.10 for some reason when I do my labs. I guess it's just easy to type the class C address, but you can use any class you want. Class A, class B, class C. Okay, that's 0. So if you study networking, you already know. If you're studying for networking, you already know the first three are for network. For the network, the first three acted for network, you can touch that as class C, and the rest is you can give to your users, which is about 254. Enter. Okay. Now you gotta put the default gateway. You can start typing default and hit tab, and it will finish writing it for you. The default gateway is going to be the interface where the computer is going to go out to get the IP address. So it's going to be like right here in the router. That's going to be the default gateway I'm going to use. Okay, .168.10-1, enter. Now you gotta get a DNS server. Same thing. Start typing DN tab, and it will finish writing for you. So I will use a Google DNS server 8.8.8, which is easy. Enter. Okay. And then you want to save your configuration. I'll do wr. If you are not all the way out here, let me see. Let me show you. Let's hit N. If you're not out here, if you're here, you can say code copy running Okay, and enter. Destination file name. Okay, if you are here, if you are out here, you can type copy running config to the startup config. What that does is it will copy your configuration so to the memory of the router, to the memory of the router. Excuse me. So which means next time you log in the router, the configuration is gonna be there for you. But if you are, there's another command WR that I use sometime, which is the same thing. If you are already in the configuration mode, which is the privilege mode, if you are here, you need to type do. If you try to do any kind of saving, seeing an IP, do any kind of pinging, you have, if you already are there in the privilege mode, you have to put do in front. So I'll say you can say do copy, copy running config, but I usually say do WR, do, which is easy if you already out there. Uh, okay, so right now we have one more step. The next step is to set up an IP address and a domain, an IP address right here. So let's put it right over here. Default gateway 192.168. You know the one we set up in the DHCP configuration. Okay, it's gonna be right here. Let's go back to Putty. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and get inside that interface right here and put this IP address in there. So we're going to say interface. You can say int. You can type the whole thing out, interface, or you can just say int f 0/0 IP address 192.168.10.1 subnet mask .0. Hit enter. And one thing, one mistake I make sometime where I forgot, I will set up everything, then I'm like, why is my computer not getting an IP address from the DHCP server? Is because I forget to turn the interface on. In some Cisco routers, I'm not sure if the interface is already on automatically once you turn the router on, but some routers, I guess this is off. So you make sure you turn that on. So by typing to shut it off, turn it on, you put no shut, or you can say no shut down, which is the same thing. So no shut down, or you can just say no shut, make it easier. No shut. Now you're turning on the interface. See, it just changed to up. And to shut it down, same thing, easy. You can just say shut down. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can just type shut. Let me see. You can say shut down. Let me try. Let me try shut. Let me try shut. See if it's the same thing. Ah, it's the same thing. So you can say shut or shut down, or you can say no shut. We need it on, so we're gonna turn it back on. Say no shut. Okay. Now it's back up. Okay. So now this is up. So now what we need to do is go to the computer. See, as you can see right now, the computer is getting an IP address. You realize that there was a DHCP server hookup, and I believe right now is configuring an IP address. We'll see. Okay, let's go to CMD. Let's do an IP config. See, oh, see that? As you can see, it did pick up an IP address. So now, from this computer, I should be able to ping. You should definitely test to see if you gotta test to see if you can ping the default gateway. So that's how you know if you can get out of your network. Okay, let's go ahead and ping the default gateway. Let's say ping minus T for continuous pinging of 192.168-10-1. Okay, if you get this right here, if you get this output right here and it doesn't keep saying timeout, 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 that means it is pinging. Everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. Okay, so everything is working. 10 minus C 10 so 60 10. Oh. So it's minus n. Minus n when you ping, you can pick how many ping you want the computer to send out. So minus n 10, it will ping the computer 10 times or many times. But if you just a regular ping, you will ping it about I believe 4 to 5 times. I believe it's 4 times, and then that's it. So that's the way you set up a DHCP server on a Cisco router. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I will continue to put to do more labs, and as I do them, I will put them out. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If not, that's fine too. Take care, everyone.